Hello and welcome to a very basic Excel tutorial. So what I'm going to show you is just the basic layout of Excel, some of the simple functions and what you can expect to find on each tab. So this is our opening screen. Down the bottom we have our sheet name. So the first thing we could look at is we could change the sheet name by right clicking and go to rename and call it My Sheet. So that's the first thing we can do. Okay, if we right click on that again, we have the option to move or copy. So we can either create a copy if we wish, we can just move it, and we can actually move it to a new book if we wanted as well, move it to a new file. So we might look at that later on once we've created our initial sheet. Let's put some data in because that's when we can really start to work with Excel. So let's put in some headings. Let's put in name, age, location, interests, just some random thing. Okay, I can make all them bold by selecting them. Select bold. And I can center them. Now I just need to put in some names. Okay, so we have some information here. Again, let's maybe just select all that and center it. And we can left align it, we can right align it. I prefer center for this. We can also select it all, and we can create some borders. So again, lots of different options and different types of borders we can use. We can select all borders. Maybe we can give it a thick outside border if we wish. Something like this. Let me just zoom that in. Okay, so we have a range of data here. One thing that we could do now, if we wish, would be to insert a graph of names and ages. So there's a couple of different ways of doing it. I can just select the two columns that I'm interested in, and then I can go to insert chart, and then we can see we have a simple chart, and it shows the names and it shows the ages. Okay, and again, we can customize that in lots of different ways. Okay, but that's very, very simple chart to display our data. Again, we can right click on this, we can move it. We can move it to a different sheet, or we can create a new sheet called chart 1 and just click OK. So there's our chart, and it's available in a separate sheet. Again, we can also move this back to the start by grabbing it and dropping it over there. Another way to insert a chart would be just simply go up to Insert. Let's choose column chart. Select this one, it goes in blank. Then we want to select our data. So let's add a series name. Let's just call it names. Our values we'll use the ages. Click OK, and then we just want to edit the horizontal axis and use the names. And select OK. So now we have our ages, and we can see David, Jack, Mary, Sophie, and John, and the ages listed here. If I decided that wasn't the best name for my chart, I can just go up here and just change it to ages. Okay, and again, I can select this chart. I can move it. Okay, new sheet. Okay, and then we've got our new chart here, and again, move this back to the start if we want. I could also do some conditional formatting here if I wanted it. Let's say I want to format these values using conditional formatting. I can use some highlight cells. Anything greater than, let's say, 25 is going to be highlighted in green. So we can see that we've got two people over the age of 35, or over the age of 25, Jack and Mary. So they're highlighted automatically in green. If I change their age, you can see that the formatting changes automatically. If you want to make the chart look a little different, you can see that we can also go up here. We can do some individual shading, choose a different color. We can also change the color of the text. We can change the number of decimal places here. Select the numbers here. select the numbers here, and we can increase the number of decimal places. If I wanted to reuse this sheet, I can right-click on it, I can move or copy, create a copy, and move it before chart 2. Now you see it covers the sheet over exactly, copies the sheet over. What else could I do with this? If I have a lot of text, okay, you can see I can't see all the text here. I can select that and I can go here to wrap text. And you can see that it gives me this option here, and it starts to increases the cell size and allows me to show all the text that I want. Again, I can undo that as well if I wish. And in order to undo what I've done, I can just go up here, select undo, or hit Control and Z. So get rid of all that extra text that I wanted. If I want to redo, I can select the button up here or hit Control and Y. Okay, let's fix that. Anything else interesting? Yes, okay, I can sort and filter if I want. So let's say I want to sort these, I want to sort them alphabetically. So I go to sort and filter and sort A to Z. Now it's asking me, do I want to expand the selection because it wants to consider this data as well. So I'm going to allow it to. And now it has sorted them for me alphabetically. Jack, David, Jack, John, Mary, and Sophie. I might also want to sort them by age instead. So I can select this category here and I can sort smallest to largest. Again, it's asking me if I want to expand the selection. So I'm going to allow it to expand. Now it's sorted by age. 19, 20, 22, 35, 42. There is options in here to insert cells, insert rows. If I wanted to insert a new cell here, I can right click and go to insert. I can also go up to here and insert sheet rows. One thing to point out, Excel will insert the rows above the one you select. The reason for that is there would be no way to insert a row above one if it didn't go above the one you select. So select row 1 and insert rows. We can also delete these rows. If I want to delete more than one, I can select it, press Control, select all the ones I want to delete, delete sheet rows. Okay, and they're gone. Another option that I have is I can format the row height. So at the moment it's 15, now I want to change it to 20. Okay, but I need to select these rows are the ones I'm interested in changing. So I'll select them first, row height, change it to 20. Okay, let's change the height of those, change the column width. It's 8.43 at the moment, it's changed to 10. Cell styles, we could change them as well if we wanted to. Again, lots of pre-done options for us here if we don't want to choose our own. Again, my conditional formatting is still maintained. And again, we have different table options we can use. Okay, now what I've done, by creating a table, you can see that I now have drop-down menus. So if I want to just select one, let's just select David. You can see that I have David's information here. So this would work very well if we have a sheet with a lot of data. Select it again. Okay, select all and bring everybody back in. If I wanted to combine more than one cell, I can select them and I can go up to Merge and Center, and it creates one large cell for me. If I wanted to put in something important, something that I can see, format my text, I can make it a little bit bigger by selecting bold and then go up here to increase the size of the text. or I can use this to decrease the size of the text. Can also change the font if we want something to stand out a little bit. Many different text types to choose from. So depending on what you're working on, you may want something a little bit more interesting or not. So that's wrapping text, and we've looked at the coloring. There's two different options we can do. We can change the font, and we can change the fill. We did both of those. We looked at the borders. It's possible to do a number of different borders. You know, on the bottom, on the left, on the right, top, no borders. You can remove borders. You can also draw borders if you wish, and you can change the line color as well. Have a red one instead if we wish. Draw there, draw them here with the pen. Just select the one that we want. Okay, do them all individually, one by one. We can also underline text if we wish. And we've got change to italics. We can also go further and look at the fonts. We can do a strike through, superscript and subscript if we need it. And again, we have all our options in here. We have our numbering options. So general is just no specific format. We can have number formats. We can use 1000 separators, decimal places, currency, different options, different symbols if we want to use them. And we can use some accounting. Dates, times, percentages, lots of different things we can do with the number formatting. We can even create our own custom format if we wish and use some of these existing ones as starting points. We can format the alignment in here. We can change the rotation of the text. We can change the horizontal and vertical alignments. We can indent it. We can wrap the text again through this. We can shrink it to fit if we want, and we can change the text direction as well. The font, we saw we have lots of different font options here. We have border options here, and our fill options, and then we also have protection. No point in locking a cell or hiding it unless we're going to protect the worksheet. But we can lock a cell in here, protect the worksheet, and the cell can't be edited anymore. So you can see I changed the angle of my text. I'll go back in and fix it maybe. Okay, I've lost that because of the way I've selected the cell. Okay, alignment, change this back to 0. Okay, so the last thing that would be of interest to show you, right click here. Now I can clear contents by right click and clear contents, but I still have all of my formatting here. I could go up here and undo all these and fix them, but it might just be easier to delete these cells. And it gives me the option then shift them left, shift them up, entire row, entire column. I'm just going to shift them, let it move it. Okay, and they're gone. And they've been replaced with new blank cells. So essentially I have a clean spot to work from here. If I wanted to select all of this, I can go up here, I can cut, I can copy, and I can paste. So I can copy this, put it in here, and paste. And then I have some options down here. So just paste the formulas, paste the formulas in the number formatting, keep the source formatting. I can have no borders, keep the column widths, merge conditional formatting. Maybe I just want to paste the values, maybe I want to paste it as a picture. So I've got different options to choose from here depending on what I want my pasting to look like. I can also select all of these. I can cut them. If I cut them, they're going to disappear once I paste. Okay, so it's moved. So that's the difference between copy and cut. I can also do this using shortcuts. So Control and C would be copy. Control and V is paste. Control and X is cut. And again, Control and V is paste. That pretty much covers the very basic introduction to Excel. In the next video, we'll have a look at the Insert tab and see what we can do from there.